Bing tells Morgan this shocking truth. It is a shocking truth that more women need to hear, need to understand, need to receive, and need to accept. And guess who's mad? Yes, honey. All the women in all the Facebook groups that I've read are mad at Bing for telling Morgan this shocking truth. I think today is Friday. Okay, good morning. I think it's Friday because me and little Michael have our dental appointments today. I miss y'all. Hopefully, you were able to catch my live watch on Wednesday night. I wasn't on camera, but I was very happy that I was able to hang with you guys and kind of hang out and chit chat. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for those of you who've joined my Patreon, picking up my books, and leaving me reviews. I really, really do appreciate the reviews. My 23 types of guys is almost at 200 reviews, and most authors, independent authors, we aim to get our book to at least 100 reviews. So I really appreciate those of you who are leaving those reviews for me. If you've picked up any of my books but have not left me a glowing review, please run on over to Amazon and leave a review for me. This one is a little bit over 100. 10 years a girlfriend. I'm trying to get it to 100 reviews. So thank you for your love and support. So real quick, by the way, somebody asked me about this. It's been hiding back there. My husband went on a business trip to Canada, and he brought this back for me. Isn't it lovely? Isn't it beautiful? He said, this is him. This is me playing with babies. And he's watching over us. Okay. So this was a gift from my husband from Canada. Okay, isn't it cute? I was like, oh my God, that is so adorable. I forgot it was back here. So it's from Canada. So I don't know if you all can get it over here, but okay. All right. So Bing and Morgan, we see them talking, and Bing said to Morgan, we're gonna talk about the dinner scene. This is not the dinner scene. This is after they've went out in the water and they're coming back, and he was like, I want us to talk more about what we talked about last night. And he basically said the stuff that we're doing is surface level and I want to go a little bit deeper. So then they're doing the flashback, and we see Morgan saying, well, I don't want to talk about that yet. I want us to talk about it when we get home, and let's just not talk about finances and family. See, right there, to me, that's a red flag. Okay, because why should we wait to get back home to talk about these very serious things and serious issues? Because later Morgan is talking to Stacia and Linda. Linda is a very pretty girl. She is very beautiful. Like, you see her sitting there, just with her natural skin, absolutely beautiful. She has the cutest little baby freckles. She's just ditzy, but she's a pretty girl. And so Morgan is telling the girls that, well, first of all, we had agreed we're not going to talk about this until after we got home. To me, that would be a red flag, okay? Because why you don't want to talk about finances and family? So Morgan, Bing says, well, that's surface issue. Us going to the gym, us, playing this and hanging out, that is surface. I want to go deeper. For me, it's about family and finances. What have I told y'all? Faith, family, and finances. You better make sure, ladies, in your dating journey, that you get those three things right. That's important to you. Faith, family, and finances. Every marriage will either succeed or end in divorce over faith, family, and finances. And so he's like, no, that's surface level. I want to go deeper. You said that, you didn't have a good relationship with your family. And for me, I've never had a toxic relationship. Family is important to me, and you see how I am with my family. And I really basically wanted somebody who is good with their family. And then we see Morgan saying that, hold on, I think my husband just got out the bathroom. I need him to wake up little Michael and dress him. Yeah, like some sweatpants or jeans or something. Cause it'd be cold in the dentist's office. I just don't understand why it's freezing in the dentist's office. I was freezing. I went with Lexa last week. I didn't bring a sweater. I was freezing. I was like, um, and so Morgan is being is saying, family is important. You see how I am with my family, and so on and so forth. And then he jumps right into, I was talking to your mom, and your mom says you have a lot of student debt, and you still want to go back to school to get your practitioner degree. So he's like, right now, I am, and we're gonna come back and talk about the whole nurse practitioner. Because see, I didn't know there was a difference between the ASN and the BSN. I didn't know. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know. I've nurse as a nurse. I didn't know some had a BSN or this, but I know there's a difference between the nurse practitioner, because sometimes you go to urgent care, and if it's not too serious, then they let you see the nurse practitioner, and then Lexa goes to the dermatologist. She's always seen Dr. Brown, but Dr. Brown was on vacation, and he told me, Janice, when you missed Hylton, next time you come, I'm not going to be here. So Lex is going to see the nurse practitioner. His name was also Michael. So I know the difference. I know there's a difference between nurse practitioner and the doctor, but I didn't know there was an ASN, BSN. But anyways, so Bing says, and your mom says you're in a lot of debt, and you're trying to go back to school to get your practitioner license. And me right now, I'm trying to build. I want to know, he said, I'm trying to accomplish financial freedom. And then he says, and I'm not sure how that aligns with everything. I love that. I absolutely love it. I just do not understand why some people do not understand that some of us, me included, knows all the way down to the nitty-gritty what we want in a mate. Okay, so Bing is the type of man who wants someone who is also perhaps building financial wealth or not in any debt. Okay, I was like that. I had a couple $1,000s in student loan debt, but I ran from the man who had $500,000 in student loan debt. And when the market crashed in 2018, he had to give up his studio apartment and move back home with his mama. Now, he was making over $100,000 a year working at some accounting firm, but he was in $500,000, so it was like $484,000, and was living in a studio apartment. And I had a 1-bedroom. His apartment never went in his apartment, could hold in my living room because the studios weren't that big. Okay. And so some people thought that was crazy of me to do that. And I'm like, no, I know what I want. I don't want somebody in so much debt that we gonna spend the rest of our lives paying off debt. And I know some of y'all gonna bring up Barack and Michelle. Michelle was a lawyer. Barack is a lawyer. Their financial loans were similar. So I'm sure Michelle had financial debts too. So she could look at him and say, well, I don't want you because you was in financial debt. As a matter of fact, I got asked Big Mike, did not President Obama say he finished for paying off his financial aid when he was a president? I think, don't call me after ask Big Mike. So I don't have a problem with Ben saying we are not aligned. And you know what I'm noticing this season? Again, they match people of the opposite end of the spectrum. Bing wanted somebody who was financially free and who was good with their family, because he's like, I am very good with my family. I was open. I was honest. He said, I've even read books on marriage, and I wanted someone who was good with their family and who was good financially. And he is saying we are not aligned. And I don't see any problems with that, because I too was wanting somebody You've heard my story that with my biological dad, all my biological daddy to this day can say is go to Western Union. That's it. Other than that, I won't hear. Okay. But I had my spiritual father who took that role, who was very evident in my life, who my husband could talk to, who talked to my husband, who threatened him. And so let me explain something to you. Janice is not like every other woman out here. Okay. For me, I did not want a man who was the first one to be building generational wealth. Okay. Because men who are the first one to build generational wealth, especially in the Black community, want their wives to work like workhorse and animals. And I didn't want that. Okay. I wanted a man who understood what it meant to live a comfortable life. I wanted someone whose mother was being loved and adored and provided for by his father. That's the type of man I wanted, because men, they want women wise like their mama. That's why you see a lot of Black men talk about my mama worked 55 jobs, had 87 kids, came home and cooked a hot meal every day. Okay, and so that's what they want as a wife. And if you don't, or you're not working 55 jobs, they don't want to be bothered with you. Well, for me, it was the flip side for me. I wanted a man whose mother was loved and adored and provided for by her husband. Because I knew that would plant a picture in his mind how he should love his wife, how he should provide for his wife, and how he should protect his wife. And that's what my husband do for me. And he'll tell me all the time, oh, my dad would do this for my mom. My dad will cook and do. Okay, so I don't have a problem, y'all, with being saying we are not aligned. We are not aligned. And I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk about Morgan wanting somebody to love her for who she is. Who are you? Are you a man or are you a woman? Because there's absolutely nothing a man like Bing can love about you, because you're just like a dude. So those of you ladies and gentlemen who are dating for marriage, please understand, especially women. Though I have misexplanation in my book, 23,000 Guys, especially women, you need to understand that you might not align to his vision of what he wants his future to look like. And Morgan is like, I want you to give me a chance. You're acting like, oh, you got student loan, it's over. Yeah, because he doesn't want somebody who's in all this debt. Oh, she had to pay to go to school. Wonderful. Great. Congratulations. He don't want somebody who's in all this debt. And I just don't understand why it is so hard for some women to understand. I don't understand. Like, why don't you understand that men also know what they want? Because I preach it over here. If a man is in too much debt, I'm running to the hills from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, because debt is a curse. Read the Bible. Debt is a curse. I'm trying to find something to put on my neck. That's what debt is, okay? Debt is a curse. So I didn't want anybody who was in all this debt that you couldn't get out. When I got married, I think I had $10,000 or $15,000 left on my student loan, which is one of the reasons why I stayed in a studio apartment all the way up until I finished college. Then when I started working, I moved and got me a loose 1-bedroom apartment. And then when that didn't work out, I went and got me a bigger 1-bedroom apartment. I gave Lexi the bedroom. I slept in the living room on the futon because, I had no man coming over. And I was able to pay off a lot of my student loan. I think I had, in all, I think I might have had 20 or $30,000 in student loans. That's something like that. And when me and my husband talked about finances, he was okay with it. And we got married. He said, just pay off your student loans. And so the first year and a half, 2 years, I just put everything I was getting in my student loans, and I was able to pay off the few $1,000s I had. My husband, his credit report, I wouldn't have married him without no credit report. It was okay. Everybody have a little bit of credit card that you use. My husband he works in marketing, and so I don't mind a little bit. Okay, I don't. Everybody have a little bit of something on your credit cards or report. I don't mind that, but if it's so much that I'm like I can't see the end, I don't want to be bothered. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being saying this. And ladies, I just need you to understand that he might be tall, dark, and handsome, and that's what you want, but you might not be it. You might not be what he wants in a wife because you don't know everything he wants. Men are not like us that run their lips and say, I want this, that, that. And he's not going to tell you he wants a woman who is good with kids like his mama. I have to go, y'all. I love you. I absolutely love you and adore you. Let me know what you think. Do you understand that you might not be aligned with the man that you want? I want to know in the comments. I'll be in there today. Love you, adore you. Mwah! See you later. Have a good day.